Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today. It's came to my realization that the last couple of months our job performance has decreased. So I decided to talk to some of my employees, some of your colleagues, and it also turns out that also the job satisfaction has fell as well. And this happens to be because there's been a lack of motivation in the workplace. So the purpose of today's presentation is to discuss the motivation for job performance and job satisfaction, discuss the issues of my motivation for you guys, and also to provide recommendations to help increase motivation in the future. So today's agenda will begin with discussing the problem in the workplace, and that problem, like I said earlier, is a lack of motivation. Then we'll follow by talking about, do you guys have the ability to perform at a very high level that I'm expecting for you guys. Then we'll talk about the work reinforcements or rewards that I'm providing. The timeliness of those rewards will be after, and then finally we'll conclude with some recommendations to help increase motivation. So the problem is a question we have to ask is, do we have sufficient motivation in the workplace at the moment? And as I've said a few times already, no, we do not have sufficient motivation to perform well. So I started off by talking to you guys about asking, do you guys understand what my goals, do you understand my expectations for job performance? And unanimously, it's all been yes. Like, you guys all understand, you guys really enjoy the projects, the open-ended projects I provide for you guys. You really like the freedom that you guys have the freedom to approach the projects the way you want to approach them. And then also I provide a lot of short-term and long-term projects, and that really requires you guys to have some time management skills. When you're lacking in motivation, it's very hard to manage your time wisely, and things start to build up, which leads to the next point of ability to perform. So when I asked you guys, what are some issues of you're just performing well, like your ability to perform well, the biggest thing that kept coming up is you become overwhelmed with work. And that is due at times because of poor time management skills. And it's hard, yes, it is hard to manage your time wisely when you are unmotivated, but also it's something that you really need to focus on. But when you're overwhelmed with work, you have all these assignments, and you're going to start working on them at minimal effort to make sure you get them done on time and put them in right on time when the deadline hits, instead of working as hard as you can and then maybe missing that deadline. So when you're putting in minimal effort, you're just going to have very poor job performance. And then next thing was, you guys said there was no job training, and that is unacceptable. That's something that we really need to change. And I just understand when you have no job training, it's very demoralizing when every single thing you do, you always got to get up and ask some questions, and it's very hard to remain motivated when you turn around the corner and next thing you know, you have to ask a question, and just makes you feel so uneducated, just not smart. And I also asked you guys, what do you guys need to perform very well? And two key things you said is you need time, which goes back to time management. You need a lot of time to make sure you not become overwhelmed. And you also just need the information and data that are required for the projects. So next, we'll talk about the rewards that I have implemented so far. First, we have path to promotion or management. Management positions are available frequently, and when you perform very well, you have a nice path towards where you can become a future manager. Also, we have raises. We have parking spot that's offered monthly. We got gift cards and leniency. What I mean by leniency is when you're a good performer and you perform very well, it's easier for me to let you maybe miss a deadline here or there, just because I understand you're a very good performer, and I know if something didn't happen, you would turn in that assignment on time. So we'll talk about the timeliness of these rewards. As you guys know, we have a yearly review, and after this formal review is typically when I hand out my rewards. And responses from most of you have said that the effectiveness of this has diminished a lot in the past few years because you kind of expect it to come, and also 1 year is a long time to remain motivated for that one reward. And then also there's been no positive feedback at all, and that's something we really need to change because when you receive positive feedback, it makes you just feel great about yourself and makes you know you're doing your job correctly, and helps you remain motivated to keep doing it again because you're going to be getting positive praise. And something that I have heard that's been quite effective thus far is my criticism. It's been timely and it's really helped you out, and that's something I'm going to really keep trying to do continuously. So some recommendations I have for you are for changes for the future. We'll begin with providing sufficient training. We really need to provide training so you guys, it's just so easy to become motivated when you know what you're doing, and so you don't have to ask a question every like 5 seconds, so you can remain motivated to work hard, and the performance will be higher because you know what you're doing now. Next, we'll have additional vacation days. As I heard, for you younger employees, you only have 1 or 2 days of vacation, and it's really easy to become burnt out, and when you burn out, it's very hard to remain motivated. These vacation days aren't just be handed to you, it's going to be a reward, you're going to have to earn them. And then finally, there's going to be more frequent formal reviews, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, so you have a good understanding of where you're at, how you're performing, and also gives you more opportunities to receive rewards. So thanks for coming in today, and hope you like the new changes.